fans, we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Two teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Dak going to start out going to the air. Got a man, it's London.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This defense for the Saints, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Here we go. Here we go. Going to 54. Right here. Here we go. 46.
Prescott to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Ready, break.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end.
19 Lions. Check it.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
There's Chris Olave.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara.
And taken down just shy of the 40. The Saints at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 41, Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
On third down, it's Prescott. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Play action now. Prescott. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Kill.
Prescott. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to...
He's got him in, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 34 yards to gain that time, another first down.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Looking to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. Nifty move. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Running left, it's Henry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Off the play fake, Prescott.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Second down and 3.
He'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They'll run with Davis Price.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Falcons grab it. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Go street. Dragon 60. Tempo.
They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Coup for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Come on.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because
and now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about a little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Prescott now. Henry's got it out on the left side.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
The handoff, running left, Henry. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Let's go now.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
Here we go.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Trap 50.
On play action, they'll throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA.
Go! 7 Pirates!
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Curtis Weaver. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott into the hands of London. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet, and the Falcons grab it. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Henry is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ready up.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
Ready.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go, here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on fourth down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
79 Bronco, Herschel 80, 60 Maverick, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! Albert Okuwebunam. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it, but yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. They keep it with Henry on first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Now Prescott on fourth down. Got his man. It's London. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And